So in this lab, you're going to be testing 5 known substances today, and then 3 evidence or unknown substances tomorrow. The substances will be numbered in the same order that they are in your data table. So the first substance will be aspirin, the second one will be Alka-Seltzer, the third one will be sodium bicarbonate, which you'll notice are all white powders, and then 4 and 5 will be the simulated drugs. So that you don't have to swap so much during the lab, I'm going to have you test 3 substances, and then when you're finished with those 3 substances, you'll test the other 2. That will also give you enough space in your well plate or depression plate. You'll have 3 reagents: water, universal indicator, and HCl, which is acid. I wanted to show you what a few granules look like. So for each of these tests, you're only going to need 2 wells. You're going to put just enough powder to cover the tip of the scopula, and then you're going to put a small amount of powder, it doesn't even have to be that whole amount, into each well. You only need 2 wells for each test. You'll see why. And I would like you to use the smallest amount possible. So if you can see the amount of aspirin that I put there, I would then repeat that with the Alka-Seltzer in the next column and the sodium bicarbonate in the next column. So for these 3 substances, I just need 6 wells. If you make a mistake, you could use the 3rd well in that column to repeat one of the tests. You're going to record the color and the texture of the powder, which you can do by looking in the tray, but also by looking in the bag. You'll notice that they do look pretty similar, so try to be specific about the powders. Like, you might feel them through the bag as well, or I would not stick your finger in the well, but you can feel them through the bag to see if they're soft or more like sand, for example, or chunky. Some of them will need to be crushed, so that's another example. Then after you record the color and texture, you're going to test them with water by adding 5 drops of water to the first well. And you're going to look for any reaction. In this case, I don't see any bubbles or color change or fizzing. But you could also look for things like, is it soluble? Does it dissolve in water? If you're not sure, a good method is just to agitate the tray like this to see if it dissolves. Then in the same well, you're going to test it using the universal indicator. You only need 1 or 2 drops of universal indicator. And this time it changed color right away. So I'm going to record that color. If you want, again, you can agitate the tray to make sure it's evenly mixed. And then in the second and final well, you're going to test it with acid. Keep in mind that this is a strong acid. You don't want to get it on your skin or in your eyes. Just going to add 2 drops of acid and see if it reacts. You could also see if it dissolves in the acid. If you need to add an extra drop to check, I don't mind, but this one does not look like it dissolves really well at all, either in the water or the acid. So I'd say it does not dissolve. So you're going to record your observations. Ideally, you'd have slightly different observations for each of the 5 powders, and then that's going to help you to identify the unknowns tomorrow, because you're going to compare what you got today with what you got tomorrow. Tomorrow you won't have these substances accessible to you. You'll only have the unknowns, so you will have to rely on your observations. Make sure you're only using small amounts. If you finish all 5 substances, then I'll let you check the 5 substances with a black light. I have another set of bags that you can test with the black light. Okay? Make sure to wear your safety glasses and make sure to participate actively.